Hey guys, just out with the dogs. It's a beautiful day today. Looking to shake off a little bit of this cabin fever and find a good spot in this meadow to have a chat. This is one of my favorite places, close to my old cabin. That's where I trapped my first beavers, shot my first bear, and yeah, got a lot of memories out here. I think I found a good spot right under this tree. Howdy. We're gonna try and do this with all these dogs running around. See how it goes. But oh Jesus. Bear with me. But yeah, I wanted to talk about what this is like right now. 4 months in, living alone in the wilderness. And it's not my first crack at this, it's not my first rodeo. So there's some patterns that I recognize now that I'll try and share. You guys can get an idea. Basically, I'll try and just make this real quick and easy, but basically it's like you could predict. You come out here, you're all fired up to get in the bush, and you know, I'm dreaming of new lakes, rivers, creeks I haven't seen, swamps to crawl through the tag alders into and see if there's any beaver, trails to cut, and you get doing all that, and you're just fired up. You're getting up 5 a.m. every morning, driving breakfast into you, drink a gallon of coffee, and you just go till dark, sometimes after dark. And then, you know, you're a couple months in, and you've lost 20 pounds. And you start feeling like hell. You know, energy levels drop. You're wondering what's going on. You know, maybe you're just having a bad day, but then bad day turns into a tough week. And then about this time, maybe you have a bath for the second time. At least that's how it is for me. And you take your clothes off and you realize you can see ribs you didn't know you had. And yeah, that's kind of how it goes. And at about that 2-month mark, you start declining, and your output every day starts to decrease. You start to feel a little just on the edges of some depression. Loneliness starts to set in. Now 2 months is a long time for that to really start to get to you, but that's just the amount of activity and productivity that's happening. Like I'm too busy to think about being alone, too busy to notice that you know, I'm 165 pounds instead of 185 pounds. And yeah, it creeps up on you, but then it hits you hard. And yeah, after about 2 months, start declining, start getting depressed. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or try and pretend I'm something I'm not. Like, I start getting really depressed. You force yourself to go through the motions, but every day it's getting harder. Snow's getting deeper. The lakes that were covered with good ice are now full of slush. That's getting deeper every day. Little activities like hauling water, firewood to stay warm, get harder and harder. And, you know, you're not at your physical peak anymore. You're not at your mental peak anymore. And the bush is demanding more and more of you just to stay comfortable and survive. and becomes more and more apparent how much we need people. Like there's something about, you know, just seeing a face every day or people around you, even if you don't interact with them, that it just reassures you somehow something about your existence. Like it reaffirms you that you exist. You know, that person looked at me. This sounds probably crazy, but yeah, I think a lot of, and I didn't know this, but it's something I've come to recognize, is that I think a lot of how we just define ourselves, what keeps our mind together, is just people around us just like bouncing, reflecting back our humanity somehow. Yeah, it's somehow that keeps you out of existential crisis. But without that, I think it's pretty much inevitable you're gonna end up there, and that's where I'm at right now. Just to be totally honest, I've lost my marbles, guys. Like I'm off my rocker right now. I have moments of clarity. Like today was easier because there's sunlight, and I got out here to film this video, and talking to this damn camera is the closest thing to a person sometimes. But yeah, 4 months in, it's a white knuckle ride. Like just hanging on to being alive, being a human being, and remembering to feed yourself. And you know, sometimes the best I can do right now is keep that stove going, keep firewood in there. And it's like that every season that I stay out here this long. You know, it's not, we're just not meant to be alone this long. So anybody who's glorifying this whole thing, or you know, there's all these documentaries of these hermits out in the woods, and even like Dick Pernicky, and I'm hesitant to talk about that because I know he was one of my heroes. He is one of my heroes for sure. But you ever watch these hermit documentaries, and you're thinking, man, that's cool, that's awesome, but then and they're trying to spin it that way, like this person's like maybe attained some kind of enlightenment of some kind or something. They've achieved some kind of tranquility, and they, you know, I make videos, so I understand what you can do with editing, and they really try to spin that angle, but man, it seems like all these people are, I don't know, there's a real there's a lot of tism going on, I think. And for the people that are out there 40 years, you know, something ain't right to just want to shun society and live alone for that long. Like there's something missing, and you can kind of tell looking at these people. So that's not to be like real critical or anything. Maybe I sound like an asshole now, but I'm just saying, trying to add a little humor here, but it is what I think. But even a guy like Dick Pernicky, you know, he made this silent film that people narrated with using his journals, and they make it seem like almost otherworldly, like heavenly, like this beautiful, serene, wonderful thing, and the guy's got no demons, and he stayed out there for whatever, 50 years or something, But I gotta say, I don't buy it. Like, I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think there's something up with anybody who does that. Like, there's something up with you. Yeah, I better slow down on that roll. But I know myself, and I ain't exactly, I'm not exactly a normal guy, and I don't think doing this the way I've been doing it is healthy or sustainable. So yeah, I actually think in the future I'm probably gonna do this for like 2-3 months at a time, which is what, you know, a lot of guys end up doing. This is just getting too long, and I'll pull out and have a trip planned somewhere, or just get down and see some folks. But yeah, it ain't all it seems to be. And if this whole off-grid lifestyle, you know, people have glamorized the hell out of that. If it's been like a kind of a carrot on a stick for any of you, don't let it be. Don't let it be. Because, you know what, I wouldn't even say it's better. It's better suited to some folks. But there's as much problems, they're just of a different kind. And being remote is tough. It's tough, and don't take for granted having people around you and having comforts and, you know, things you can go do with friends and all that. Like, living in the city ain't bad either. It ain't. I couldn't do it for too long, but yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is don't let all this shit on YouTube and the idea of living in the wilderness and escaping be something that makes you disgruntled with your own life and what you got right now. Because I've sacrificed a lot to do this, and you know, I still wonder all the time, like, has it been worth it? Was it worth it? And there's no sense going down that road. It's my life now. But you know, it's got its perks. It's glorious. It really is. It's moments that I wouldn't trade for the world. But it comes at a cost, like everything. So don't think you're missing out on something, and yeah, be thankful for wherever you're at, and don't yeah, don't make this into something it's not, and torture yourself because you're not out there, or you live in the city, or listen, it's just two sides of the same coin in life. I'm telling you, like, I got as much trouble out here as anybody living in the city. It's just of a different kind, but it comes down to the same kind of mental challenges, except with the added thing of not having folks around. So yeah, I guess that's all I'm trying to say is life is kind of the same everywhere in a lot of ways. There's different varieties, but you know, the internal world is the same. It just is. So anyhow, guys, that's all I gotta say. Hope it made some kind of damn sense out of that. I don't know if I did. I really don't. But yeah, be thankful if you got family around you right now. Be thankful if you got friends and a a job and structure, because it's tough when you don't. And honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to getting the hell out of here. Cheers.